Cam, I think she knew something was wrong because she would come up at night and just put her head on my leg and just stay there and stare at me.
Rick Tagethoff is convinced his golden retrievers were the first to notice something wasn't right.
And her tail never quits wagging either.
He hadn't seen a doctor since he was a young boy, but he felt like something was wrong. So, at 62 years old, he made an appointment with a local doctor. The answers did not come easy at first.
We spent a couple months doing testing and working back and forth with them and felt like we weren't getting anywhere, and that's when we asked for a second opinion.
That second opinion almost took him to New York, until a doctor in New York said Rick could get help much closer to his home in Washington, Kansas, and directed him to Dr. Zubair Shah at the University of Kansas Health System.
We were confident in Dr. Shah from day one. I mean, he put it right out there and told us we diagnose, we set a plan, and we get after it. And that's what they did. I've always been drawn to hearts, and then we went through this.
Diagnosed with cardiac amyloidosis, a buildup of abnormal proteins in the tissues of the heart, Rick's condition was dire. His heart had grown twice the size of what it should be, and he needed a transplant as soon as possible.
We have total strong faith in God and knew that however it turned out, it was going to be a blessing, and that's what we held on to.
After just a couple of days on the transplant list, Rick got his new heart. 10 days after his transplant, he was back home in Washington, Kansas.
Girls, you want to come in?
And less than 3 weeks after that, Rick was back at work, praising God and his medical team for allowing him the chance to meet his new grandson that he wasn't sure he'd survive to see.
We never met anyone that did not fully put 150% into their job, whether it was the nurses, the people that came in and cleaned our rooms. I mean, everybody was terrific.